Luke 21 verse 51. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. All praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Bashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, HaKadosh, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of great millstone, peace and salutations to the elect. I'm your brother Makolat, let's just through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. You know, a quick one to feed the elect. Now, this is Long Beach Mayor candidate Rogelio Martinez just went full traitor. He's calling on all 55 gang leaders to unite and help him get rid of ICE agents. Now, I went to, a little fact check and it seems real. This was published yesterday, the 3rd, but this video was done. He basically did this video last week about Thursday, Friday, somewhere like that. And he was speaking about yesterday, Monday, which was the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Sunday was the 1st. No, Salakia, I'm talking shit. Sunday was the 1st. Monday is the 2nd. Yeah, so today is the 3rd. So this was published today, February the 3rd, 2026. Right, so, let me just play it and then,
Martinez. I am calling all 55 gangs in my beautiful city. I expect a gang leader from every gang, all 55 gangs, and I'm not going to name them by name, but I'm calling the Latino gangs. I'm calling the Cambodian gangs. I'm calling the Filipino gangs. I'm calling the black gangs. I'm calling the Pacific Islander gangs. I'm calling all gang leaders to meet me right here, Long Beach City Hall, this coming Monday. Why Monday? Specifically, I need you to be here to meet me in person to take back this city. Because our leadership is not doing anything about it, and our police are powerless. Once again, let me be very clear. My name is Rogelio Martinez, your 2026 Long Beach City Mayor, and I need your help. I need to see 55 gang leaders here this coming Monday. We need to take back the city. Enough is enough. ICE needs to get out of Long Beach. And this is the only way that I know how to get them out.
Right, so this make waves on the internet. As you can see, it's a Long Beach mayoral candidate Rogelio Martinez just went full traitor. No, I'm not sure if he's been a part of the theater, to get people riled up and shit. However, the reality still stands that people is gonna see this, and then especially Jake, because Jake is the one that is being grabbed up by the coal men, by what's his name, Freeze, Batman Freeze. The Jake is starting with the Latin tribes, and it's on to the southern tribes as well, because I know a couple of Benjamites that got packed and shipped out by ICE, man. So he's calling for an uprising, basically, which we know what the scripture says about a kingdom being divided by itself. Satan be divided. Yeah? Let's just grab that quick and fast. And it's the same scriptures you're going to see, because there ain't no new scripture written. We're going to bring out these scriptures continually for the building or the edification of the elect. So if you don't want to listen to what we're saying, feel free to go watch Nicki Minaj or, whosoever you want to watch. So, Mark 3 verse 26, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but at an end. Luke 11 verse 18, if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because he said that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. So if this kingdom is divided, now this guy here, he looks Jake. He look like Rogelio Martinez. That's a Latin name. He looks Jake. It doesn't mean that he's a Jake, you know, but in my opinion, he looks Jake. Maybe he's a part of the script, maybe not. But you know, they are drunken. These Babylonians are drunken and they are losing. That's the reason why this heading says he went full traitor. Let me type in. Let's see what's his name? Rogelio Martinez. Political. Because I've never heard of him before. A non-politician enters the Long Beach. Mayor, because he's a mayoral candidate, but what? He's a candidate. He doesn't have any. But as I said, maybe he's a part of the script, you know, for people to say, yeah, let me vote for him. But people are gonna rile up and do shit when they see people like this starting to step out. I'm trying to find. Wow. What? Question. Alright. So, Rogelio Martinez, Mexican. Oh. Of the Democrat. Member of the Party of the Democratic Revolution. This is the same guy we're talking about. Was a Mexican educator, trade unionist and politician. He served in the 6th legislature of the Congress of Bajan, California. Served from 2005 to 2008 as a member of the Party of the Democratic Revolution. So, if I'm not mistaken, he's Democrat. But anyway, I've never heard of him before, honestly. I've never heard of him before. But the point that I'm trying to bring out is that, look, the sedition is brewing. You understand? And the more this sedition brews, the more shit's gonna happen, because it's gonna be terrible in the streets. See, the scriptures speak about the unto steps that we may not go into the street. Yep, you're witnessing that right now.
Master Jason say if they can give me 3-1 ball club, please.
1 second. 3-1 ball club. 1 second. Slovakia, 1 second. One second, hold on.
So you start, can I wait up outside, sir?
Yeah, well, I engine, man. Nah, do nothing.
Respect.
Oh, cool. Hey, Slovakia, I'm on the job, Just pull away for a second. So this is an impromptu, You know, so Salakia. I'm gonna close off with 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 15. And about, alright, let me see. 2nd Ezra 15 verse 14, and it reads, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Because if this man is running for a mayor candidate, yeah, and he's calling for sedition. He wants gang members to be on his side, quote unquote, on his side. What do you think, man? It's gonna be crazy. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. And you know, this time of trouble, we are in like the beginning stages of it, and it's brewing. Every second is brewing even more. It's crazy, you know. So prepare your spirit to see some gruesome shit that you have never seen in your life, and how people deal with people. I'm not talking about just ill-treating them emotionally. I'm talking about using what they can to open their flesh in some gruesome ways. These are the things that we're about to see, you know. Through the spirit, man. I hope this has been an edifying one. As I said, I'm on the job. Just pull away for a second and see my co-worker send someone to me and just pop up like that. So it was an impromptu. I'm just meditating in the spirit, you know, keep my mind active, you know, with what's taking place now, because, you know, a little folding of the hand, you know, a little slumber, so shall thy poverty come. That's what the scripture said, right? Also, that scripture, as a matter of fact, let me just close off on this one. I think it's in book of Hebrew. Hebrews, I think it's the 4th chapter. Hebrews. Alright. Oh, it's Hebrews 2nd chapter. It says, therefore, verse 1, it says, therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. So this is the time when you don't want anything to slip. This is the time we're supposed to be on our P's and our Q's, trying to stay updated on what's taking place, man. Because, you know, as I said, this is evil. This time is evil, man. It's only going to get worse, right? So, shalom.